How's it going, everybody? We are out here on College Green, Ohio University, just across the street from our studio, and I'm out here to showcase all this white stuff on the ground because it was this snow right here that kept us from going to a lot of your games this week, and that was a big bummer. But it's okay because it's not stopping us. We love snow days. Just run it. Here we are, boys and girls, episode 4. This is just the halfway point of our season, but for many of these teams, it is nearing the end as there is just about a week left for the girls and 2 weeks left for the guys. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of games were canceled this past week, and as a result, we didn't see too much movement in the standings, but we still got to check in on them. So let's kick things off with the Ohio girls. Now, we all know who's on top as it hasn't changed all year. Vinton County, still unblemished. And Alexander picked up another couple of wins to stay at second. Now, the rest is where things heat up. Nelsonville-york, Meigs, and Wellston are all neck and neck with one another. And finally, another tough week for Athens and especially River Valley. Now for the boys, things are exactly the same as last week. And why is that? Well, because just one game was even played by the entire conference. On Tuesday, Wellston topped River Valley by 4, and that's it. That's all that happened. Otherwise, everything you see there is everything you saw last week as well. Now, in the Hocking, there were a lot of cancellations as well, but they at least got a few more games out of the week. No change for Trimble because, they didn't play. But Waterford, Eastern, and Belpre all had a 1-0 week to help push them a little bit. But as for where every team stands, that's right, no change again. But it will be interesting to see how things shake out at the top as Waterford is now just a half game behind Trimble. And here we go now. We got some big movement. Waterford's still running away with it. In second place is a 2-dog race. But look at the Lancers, all the way up there at 4. Well, that's good for Federal Hocking, but as with the other groups, cancellations played a huge role. And other than a flip between Trimble and South Gallia, there's not much different from the previous week. And starting off our coverage with one of the most consistent teams in the TVC, Waterford reporters Connor Mills and Ben Wielgopolski have seen all success coming from Waterford.
It's another year and another shot at the TVC Hocking title for both Waterford squads.
Waterford guys sitting second in the TVC Hocking, fighting for first to join their fellow Lady Wildcats at the top. They're led by seniors Russell Young and Peyton Stevens.
Young and Stevens have been doing well, but it has been the emergence of freshman Holden Daly.
And not only have we noticed him, Daly has received a lot of praise from head coach Tom Sims as well.
Steady, he's full of energy, he's athletically inclined. And, we have worked on his shooting, we've worked on his foul shots, and he's coming along. And getting a freshman in there that will go vertical is huge. And the other thing is he mixes in with, the others, and he likes just being here.
And that goes a long way coming from the coach of a team that hardly starts any freshmen.
Sims told me at the beginning of the season that he has not started a freshman, let alone played 2 in the varsity lineup. And just like the boys, the Lady Wildcats have young impact players as well.
The Lady Wildcats are undefeated in conference thanks to the efforts of freshmen Lily Roberts and Cara Taylor. This past week, they dished out another loss to Eastern, who sits second in the TVC Hocking on Monday.
Waterford only has 2 losses this season, one to Midford early and one to Parkersburg South. Coach Close has really worked on improving the defense from last year and have been holding opponents to only 29 points per game this season. The Lady Wildcats have 6 games remaining with a chance to avenge the loss to Parkersburg, but right now it's all about getting his key players healthy.
Rachel has had a tough senior year. She got hurt game 1 and missed 5 games. Then she got sick, missed a couple more games. So she's just now starting to try to get healthy. So, Rachel will be fine. We'll get her back in shape and she'll be fine.
Waterford was one of the many schools affected by the same polar vortex that we are all stuck in. The Lady Wildcats would have hosted River at home, but it was unfortunately canceled. Waterford played on Saturday, February 2nd at Fort Fry. And if you want more information, be sure to go to woub.org/heroes.
The polar vortex may postpone or cancel some games, but not even that can stop Waterford from chasing down another crown.
Yeah, they certainly have things rolling. Thanks, you two. Now, some of you may be using YouTube to watch funny cat videos or check out the latest Ninja Stream compilation. Whatever you use it for is your choice. But personally, I think a far better use is watching Hardwood Heroes content. So go check out WOUB PBS on YouTube, where we will be posting game recaps as well as entire show episodes. And we get a lot of cool content coming on there, so go give it a look. From the top of the Hocking to the top of the Ohio, let's check in on the still undefeated Lady Vikings. I traveled to Vinton County on Thursday with Vikings reporter Claire Geary to witness an intense game between the Lady Vikes and the Lady Buckeyes.
Paul, we both witnessed the level of intensity Thursday night when we traveled to Vinton County and the Lady Vikes played a fast-paced game against the Nelsonville-york Lady Buckeyes. On their home court, the Lady Vikes secured a victory with a 54-46 win with the help of a double-double from sophomore star Morgan Bentley. Bentley dropped a solid 19 points and pulled down 15 rebounds off the glass to lead the team as their top scorer for the night. She played with every fiber within her, using her body to drive up the lane and going 5 for 7 from the paint.
And Morgan Bentley clearly led the charge offensively, but what happened defensively?
In addition to Bentley's solid night, rising freshman Cameron Zinn helped out by teeing up against NY's aggressive offense by playing man-to-man defense and racking 7 rebounds. At one point, her defense forced a turnover that Bentley picked up and played off against Josie Ousley to drop a basket, extending their lead.
Oh, it was certainly an exciting watch, but now on to the boys. Just like a lot of the teams in our coverage, the winter weather hit them hard.
You're exactly right, Paul. This southeastern Ohio weather has put a freeze in the boys' conference play this week due to the weather. But we can take a look at something unique about this team, the starting 5 and their detail-oriented coach. With only 8 players in their rotation, the starting 5 must be strong to hold their own in the Tvc-Ohio. Each player has a specialization playing a role in the cohesiveness on the court.
Yeah, and I hear they got a big man with some experience.
You're exactly right. This 6'4" senior Eli Griffith, who plays a role in being a seasoned veteran and a leader for the team's leading scorer, junior Gavin Arbaugh. With Arbaugh dropping double digits during his games, his offensive companion is senior Ricky Bodie. Backing up the front 3 is Will Arthur and Lance Montgomery, who both serve as defensive bases for the team, concocting the perfect recipe for success.
Yeah, but everybody knows the success starts with the coaching.
Coach Matt Combs is the main ingredient to this masterpiece. He is committed to preparing his team with a proper game plan for each matchup by watching tape and anticipating what the other team has up their sleeve. Next week, the boys are on the road for a game Tuesday against River Valley, and then the girls stay at home to play against the Lady Raiders.
Claire, thanks for checking in with us. And you just heard about the victorious Vikings perspective, but Nelsonville-york reporter Will Price is here to tell us that there's a bright side for the Buckeyes.
Paul, it was cold outside, but the Buckeyes were looking to heat up as the season starts to wind down. Both the boys and girls for NY have positives to take away from this week. Many teams in our coverage were affected by the inclement weather the past few days, and the NY boys were no exception. Their game Friday night against Vinton County was postponed to a later date. However, that didn't stop them from having a solid week, as the boys just squeaked out a 1-point victory over Eastern last Saturday, 53-52.
That's a nice bounce-back win for the Buckeyes following their loss to Athens.
It's been an up-and-down season for the NY, and while this win came outside of conference play, maybe it can serve as a catalyst for a win streak to close out their campaign.
So what do they have to do to finish out the year?
Their last 4 games are all in conference. In 3 of the 4 contests, the Buckeyes play a team currently ahead of them in the standings, Vinton County, Meigs, and Alexander. The Buckeyes are within striking distance of the Vikings and the Marauders for 3rd place in the Tvc-Ohio. These games will be pivotal in deciding the seeding heading into the postseason.
And the girls managed to get both their games in. How did they do?
The Lady Buckeyes started off their week strong with the win against Athens, 57-45 on Monday. On Thursday night, they had one of their toughest tests of the season going into MacArthur to play the Lady Vikings.
All right, so we heard what the Vikings did right earlier, but what kept NY in this game?
It was a tale of 2 halves for the Lady Buckeyes. The first half, they let the pressure of Vinton County's defense get to them, leading to turnovers and low percentage shots. They only managed 1 made shot during the second quarter and struggled on the defensive glass, leading to a double-digit deficit at the half.
Yeah, they managed to keep things close, but what changed after halftime?
It all started with the little things. NY started taking their time offensively and getting quality shots, and it began to show on the scoreboard. They got the lead to 6 late in the game, but didn't manage to finish off the comeback, falling 54-46. Head coach Bobby Cassidy said what the team needs going forward is consistency. And consistency will be the key for the Lady Buckeyes heading into the playoffs. This performance proved they can compete against anyone in the conference when they play to the best of their abilities.
Yeah, no, it'd definitely be an interesting finish for them. Thanks, Will. And we like to pride ourselves on being multimedia journalists, so we aren't cutting any corners. Pull up your web browser and go to woub.org/heroes, where we will be posting written recaps for every game we go to. We got some good camera talent, but we got some good writers too. So go see what they have to say about your favorite teams. Now staying in Athens County, let's head south to Stuart where the Federal Hocking Lancers have had a roller coaster season. Joining me now is Federal Hocking reporter Alex Porter to discuss the compelling ride between both Lancer squads.
Paul, it's been an interesting season to say the least for both the boys and girls squads. Now, old-fashioned rule is ladies first, so that's where we're going to start with the Lady Lancers. We've reached the final stretch of the season, and the Lady Lancers have picked it up from the start, and it's evident in their play on the court. Most recently, coming off their win on Monday against WOUB, where the Lady Lancers won 49-35.
You know, it's definitely obvious they have improved from the start of the season. And who are some of the players that have been the catalyst to that success?
Consistency and reliability are the two words that I would label the trio of Paige Tolson, Emma Beha, and Kylie Tabler. Paige Tolson has been that floor general for the Lancers. She's stepped up on the offensive end and defensive end when Federal Hocking has needed it the most. Emma Beha has been that defensive presence as well. She's brought the versatility on offense, whether it's been rebounding or getting blocks on defense. And last but not least, Kylie Tabler has been that three-point sniper for the Lancers. She's been hitting threes when they need it. And they do hope to continue the ride as their next stop is at Eastern on Monday as they look to take on the Lady Eagles.
All right, so the girls have been solid since the halfway point of the season. Have the boys been able to get their groove and find their rhythm?
It's been a little bit of a process for the boys. They've had some games where they've been hitting on all cylinders and then some games where it's been a learning process for them. What's important to keep in mind, though, is that last season the Lancers only had 2 wins for the whole year. Since then, they've doubled that this season to 4, and that alone is an accolade for the Lancers. Head coach Jonathan Thompson, who's in his first season as head coach of the Lancers, has definitely etched a culture change at Federal Hocking. Here's a soundbite of what he had to say about his goal for the squad.
Hopefully they want to win more. I want them to stay hungry with that kind of thing because we're trying to build a mentality culture here. I mean, you get one, stay hungry for another.
Yeah, Alex, you've mentioned they've doubled their wins since last year. What are some of those impressive wins that you've seen?
There's been a few key games that definitely can't go unnoticed. They had a season sweep of WOUB, beating the White Falcons twice by a healthy margin, and what their most impressive victory would be was when they secured a dub in overtime against Eastern, winning 59-57. So as you can tell, this season has been more than meets the eye for both Lancer squads.
Yeah, no, it's been a treat for everyone to watch. Thanks, Alex. Now from the bottom of the Hocking to the top, let's check in on Trimble. We have Trimble reporters Melody Brewer and Nick Veland over in the paint to tell us about how the winter weather has affected the Tomcats this past week.
Well, looking on the bright side, Trimble did not lose this week.
Whoa, hold your horses. They didn't win either.
That's right. You got a point. The Trimble boys were supposed to face off against Wellston on Wednesday and WOUB on Friday, but both games were postponed due to the weather.
Unfortunately, we do not know when the Tomcats will square up against the Wellston at this time. But what we do know is that Trimble hosted WOUB on Saturday, and due to the taping of the show, we were unable to attend that game.
The Trimble boys were off this week. Where does that put them for the last couple of weeks coming up?
Well, I hope the Tomcats enjoy their time off to relax, as the next 2 weeks are going to be busy.
Coming up, they have 6 games in the next 10 days, and out of those games, 4 count to the Tvc-Ohio standings.
Trimble will start by facing off against Belpre on Tuesday, February 5th, after already having lost to them 3 weeks prior.
Sounds like if the Tomcats want to keep first place, every game is a must-win game for them. But now for the ladies, were they able to get any games in at all?
Well, the girls were unable to play this week as well due to the record low temps.
That's right. Just like the temperatures outside, the girls' practices also decreased this week. The winter weather made travel dangerous and students were forced to stay home. In a phone interview, Coach Joe Richards says the cold weather is actually slowing them down.
But despite the setback, Trimble's first priority is the tournament. With it not being for a few weeks, the Lady Tomcats are going to use that time to prepare.
The girls have 2 big games coming up, one of those games being the rescheduled Federal Hocking game on Wednesday.
When they played the first time, Federal Hocking took them to overtime, where the Tomcats got the win. Coach Richards said the Lancers are coming to Trimble wanting revenge.
And the Lady Tomcats plan on taking that revenge and utilizing it as they travel to South Gallia on Thursday to face off.
Against the Rebels after having lost them by 2 points last time, that's crazy. So sounds like the girls have their work cut out for them in the next couple of weeks.
It's going to be an intense 8 quarters and 24 hours, but Coach Richards hopes to keep his girls' intensity up as the season closes out.
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to for this Tomcats team. Thanks for keeping us updated on their off week, guys. And speaking of the Tomcats, their fans are dishing out some trash talk on Twitter. Now, after posting a poll about who has the best student section, the Tomcat faithful had a lot to say after Federal Hocking rocked and won the vote. The Cat Pack thinks we should go to Federal Hocking on the 15th when Trimble is in town and really see who does it better. And we heard you loud and clear. Expect to see me and the crew out there on the 15th. That Trimble Tomcats team finds themselves in a tight playoff race along with the Eastern Eagles. I'm joined by Eastern reporter Zach Paquette. And Zach, how are the Eagles handling the pressure?
For the Lady Eagles, each game is becoming a must-win so they don't fall out of the Hocking race, and things didn't get easier for the Lady Eagles. Eastern played host to the first-place Waterford Lady Wildcats on Monday in their only game this week.
Yeah, and Waterford has been a top team in the Hocking for the last couple of years.
But Eastern was able to hang around with the Lady Wildcats for 3 quarters thanks to aggressive defense and double-digit scoring from Jess Parker, Olivia Barber, and Allison Bailey. Overall, the Eagles may not have gotten the result they were looking for, but head coach David Parker was still pleased with his team's effort.
Back and forth with a great team. They're at top of the league. I told them it was looked like a boxing round, rope-a-dope a little bit. We had them on the ropes, they had us on the ropes. Both teams responded. You couldn't ask for a better game going into tournaments.
But before tournament time, the Lady Eagles have 2 pivotal Hocking matchups next week against Federal Hocking and Southern to wrap up the year.
Now, Zach, we did see Eastern and South Gallia play on the boys' side, and that was a crazy one. And that game had a lot of high expectations.
Paul, this game should be candidate for Game of the Year. These teams came into this one separated only by half a game in the Hocking standings. South Gallia didn't let the size disadvantage get the better of them as they out-rebounded the Eagles in the opening quarter.
Yeah, the Rebels had the advantage early, forcing the Eagles to mount a late fourth quarter comeback to force overtime.
Garrett Behringer's 21 points and Blaze Facemeyer's 9 points and 8 boards helped the Eagles claw back into the game, and in overtime, it was Behringer who sunk the game-winning free throws with less than 5 seconds left, giving the Eagles the 55-53 win.
Yeah, Eastern definitely faced a lot of adversity in that one.
Coming into this game, Eastern lost their last 3 road games, with those games being decided by a combined 5 points. So the win was a huge confidence boost. Also, Eastern was without starter Ryan Dill due to a neck injury, and Colton Reynolds stepped up big, adding 15 points of his own. And Eastern concluded the week with a 61-58 loss to Belpre.
Yeah, that's a tough way to end this week, but it'll be interesting to see if they can bounce back in the coming weeks. Thanks, Zach. Across the county in Pomeroy, both Meigs Marauders squads are hanging around the middle of the Tvc-Ohio. Meigs reporter Nick Henthorn here now. And Nick, the Meigs boys at 500 heading into the week. How'd their last game go?
Paul, head coach Jeremy Hill's Marauders squad has been on fire recently. They've been building a lot of momentum. They take that momentum down to Point Pleasant Tuesday night. Coulter Cleland, Zach Bartram, and Weston Bear had to trek all the way to West Virginia to get to their opponent.
That's a long bus ride before a big out-of-conference game. Were the Marauders able to get their energy up after a trip like that?
The Marauders did seem a little lethargic early on in this one, and it was a spark from the first man off the bench, Cooper Darst, that got Meigs off and running. The team threw it into another gear, getting underneath Point Pleasant zone, whipping the ball around the perimeter, winning the battle on the glass. Just overall, a complete performance from Meigs. They'd win 82-44.
Yeah, this season hasn't gone perfectly for the Marauders, 9-8 so far. But you said this game put Meigs back on track. Why is that?
Consistency has been an issue, Paul. This team hasn't always been able to put together 40 minutes of great basketball, but they've now won 5 of their last 6, and they've got the profile of a great team. They've got the rebounders, the shooters, the defenders. A conference title may not be realistic, but if they use this blowout as a springboard, they'll finish their season strong.
Yeah, the boys had a great game on the road, but the Lady Marauders had a couple games in Pomeroy. Did they defend the home court?
Paul, the Lady Marauders could have gotten down on themselves after a tough loss to Alexander on Friday. But instead, Meigs rolled through their competition this week, winning both their games by a combined 75 points.
That's a pretty big turnaround. How did their week start off, though?
The Lady Marauders kicked off the week hosting the River Valley Lady Raiders and didn't even play their best game en route to a 56-25 win. Meigs hounded River Valley ball handlers for all 84 feet all night long, 18 steals as a team. Meigs only shot around 40% on the night, but they didn't need a blistering offense to leave victorious. Cassidy Betzing had 16 points, 5 steals in this one. We talked to her after the game.
Oh, defense is like the key for us, especially when our shots aren't on. We work on that a lot in practice. So help side, everything like that. We were working on our press a little bit too. So yeah, defense is really big for us.
Thursday's game against the Wellston Lady Rockets was an even more emphatic win. Balanced scoring for Meigs, 6 players with 8 or more points. They'd finish with a 65-21 victory.
Meigs girls go on the road for their final 2 games next week, starting with the Athens Lady Bulldogs on Monday. Thanks, Nick. And Facebook is a great tool to connect with old friends and family members, but it's also a great way to connect with us. Go check out the Hardwood Heroes Facebook account. We'll be posting all of our content links on there to keep you as up to date as possible on everything TVC basketball. And there's a lot of great stuff on there, so go give it a look. Now the game we've all been waiting to see all week. It got delayed by a day, but no way we would miss it. Alexander reporter Brian Kerp and Athens reporter Thomas Garvick break down the Lady Spartans' trip to the Plains, and then the granddaddy of them all, Athens at Alexander, for the TVC-Ohio title from the Alley.
Thomas, we were in the Plains Thursday night, and the Lady Spartans came out of the gate on fire. They scored 30 first-quarter points.
Yeah, no kidding, Brian. I mean, the Lady Bulldogs, they came into this game losers of 4 straight, and that Lady Spartan explosive first quarter, that kind of was just too much to overcome for the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's especially difficult when going against the Lady Spartans' dynamic duo of Rachel Richardson and Kenna Rice. Richardson went off for 22 points. Rice scored 14, but was a rebound shy of a double-double.
Certainly 2 of the best in the business, Brian. But despite falling short to the Lady Spartans, the night did belong to Athens guard Laura Mandrick. Late in the second quarter, Mandrick hit a free throw to give her 1,000 points for her career.
It meant a lot to me, and it would have been not as fun to hang out with my teammates if it was away and everything. So yeah, I'm glad I was here.
It's big for any kid to reach that milestone, and she's worked her tail off to get there for sure. It's nice to do it here in front of the home crowd. Obviously, the game results didn't go the way we wanted them to.
Obviously, Brian, Thursday night did belong to Laura Mandrick, but let's be honest here. Saturday night was the big one here in the Alley. Alexander versus Athens for what would likely decide the TVC-Ohio title.
Thomas, this one was very close early on. Not a lot of offense, but there was a lot of defense. Very good defense from both teams. But about midway through the quarter, Logan Maxfield was fouled, going up for a layup and hit his head off the protective padding under the hoop.
Yeah, he would leave the game briefly but re-enter, but that foul kind of really set the tone for the physicality of this game. Both teams got into some foul trouble late in the half. J.K. Kearns hit that 3 going into the halftime break to give the Spartans the lead.
It seemed like Alexander would have the momentum in the third quarter, and they actually did for the most part. Athens tied it in the final minute, and then in the closing seconds, Justin Hines drilled a 3 from the corner to give Athens a 3-point lead at the end of 3.
Absolutely, big-time shot. Justin had a great night on Saturday night, 12 points, and for the Bulldogs in that fourth quarter, really what it came down to was that 17-3 run, and Mickey Cozart had nothing but love for his team after the win.
On the biggest stage, we were able to come out and do it. Yeah, I'm proud of them. I love these guys. I mean, they come out every night and they work their butts off. And tonight, they earned that win. They earned it.
We don't have that one guy that we're like, all right, go get this bucket. Everybody's a walking bucket in our team, so you don't have to worry about one guy having to show out. You can trust each other to get those easy buckets.
Reporting from the Alley, I'm Thomas Garvick.
And I'm Brian Kerp. Back to you, Paul.
As we know, you two big-time games call for big-time coverage, and that was certainly a good one. So thanks for the great work. Appreciate you both. Now, that Athens team has a player who you may not hear a whole lot about him on the floor for the Bulldogs, but he's a huge part of the team's success. Thomas Garvick has the story on Athens senior Blake Stover.
My parents noticed I was tripping around the house, and I really haven't been moving my left ankle that much, and so we got checked out, and it turned out I had CP.
At the age of 3, Blake Stover was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. His life changed forever, but that never stopped him from doing what he loved, playing sports.
It was hard at first, honestly, to get the emotions down and, running and, keeping up with other kids, but, it just came natural to me.
And so since he had the natural talent, there was no need for special treatment.
He teaches me, treats me like everyone else, doesn't hold me back from anything. He pushes me as hard as anyone else.
He doesn't make excuses for anything. I mean, in my eyes, he's always been a leader. So, he's just a great kid.
Being a leader for the Bulldogs paid off. Stover got the start on senior night, a moment he and Cozart will never forget.
I just can't believe that I finally made it. I've always dreamed of this moment in my life.
Yeah, you told me the other night, you said, you're going to get emotional, we're going to see anything out of you? And I was good until Blake walked in and he got me.
For Hardwood Heroes, Thomas Garvick.
Definitely one of the coolest stories we'll see all season long. Congrats on the great career in the green and gold, Blake. Now to talk about my favorite social media, Snapchat. And you know what? Ours is killing it. I've seen y'all screenshotting some stuff, don't be playing. So go add Hardwood Heroes on Snapchat because believe me, if you haven't yet, you're definitely missing out. Plus, send us a snap. Most of the time, I'll be running it, so let me know what you think, and we may feature your snap on the show. And finally, my favorite segment, Hero of the Week. Boys, what do you got for the people this time around?
With all these freezing temperatures, I think it's only fitting that our heroes had ice in their veins this week. Now, I'd be doing this segment a disservice had I not chosen this next hooper as my Hero of the Week. For the Alexander Lady Spartans, I'm going with forward Kenna Rice. The first word that comes to mind when I talk about her game, aggressive. This Spartan is ready to battle down low night in and night out. Arguably the most physical player on her team, Rice is an exceptional rebounder on both ends of the floor. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. The numbers don't lie. With 9 boards against the Lady Bulldogs Thursday night, she was 1 rebound shy of a double-double as she finished with 14 points.
All right, so she's a great rebounder, but how has that played a part in the Lady Spartan success as a team?
Slow your roll, Paul. I was getting to that. Rice has been averaging just under 13 points during Alexander's 5-game winning streak, and a lot of it can be attributed to her work on the glass. When she gets the ball out in transition, Rice has the ball control to run it coast to coast herself, a useful skill to have as a forward. Offensively, her rebounding ability is crucial to getting those highly coveted second chance shots. Just about everyone who challenges Rice and the Lady Spartans come out on the losing end, and that's why she's my Hero of the Week.
Right. And look, the weather stopped us from going to a lot of games this past Friday. So instead of a guy's hero, we are highlighting a big achievement for the Athens Lady Bulldogs' own Laura Mandrick, as she scored her 1,000th career point earlier in the week. And right over here, this free throw would be the one that put her into the record books. And since she's only a junior, there's still plenty of time to increase those scoring numbers.
Yeah, since she's only a junior, how many points could she be at when it's all said and done?
Since she was a freshman, Mandrick has been the go-to scoring option for the Lady Bulldogs. This means she'll be back her senior year as option number 1. Mandrick could very well end up with close to 1,300 to 1,400 career points. This scoring output can be contributed to how quickly she can hit multiple shots in a row. She has what many NBA 2K fans call it, the microwave badge. This badge allows her to heat up very quickly and continue to drop shots at a consistent clip for several minutes at a time in the game. Her quick scoring outbursts are incredibly important for a team that relies on that scoring to win games. And once again, big congrats on this huge career milestone.
Yeah, and Athens welcomes Meigs on Monday, and it'll be interesting to see if she can add to that point total and help pull the upset for Athens. And it's a significant milestone in her career as she is only a junior, like you said, but there's plenty of potential to show out in the TVC. Thanks, guys. Oh, but we aren't done just yet. As I mentioned earlier, Federal Hocking won our Twitter poll, so I'll be out there in Stuart next Saturday for your game against South Gallia. You guys won. But we also got an idea for Athens. Your game next Friday against Meigs seems like a good chance for us to compare your 2 student sections. So if you like the sound of that, let us know. Tweet at us, send me some snaps, whatever you got to do. I just want to come out there and really figure out which one's the top dog. And if you're mad that your student section wasn't getting enough love, let me know. Let us know. Tweet at us, snap at us. We want to hear it. Now, finally, Steph Curry said that basketball isn't just a sport. It's an art, one that must be mastered to succeed. And we want to see your best Bob Ross impression this week and see some kind of the paintings that you guys can paint for us. I'm your host, Paul Roth, reminding you to be heroic.